Okay, hold on. I'm going to read it. I just want to work in my garden and play with my chickens. Yeah, that would be her. That's all she wants to do.
That's all I want to do. That's awesome.
So that's for Jamie's birthday.
That is awesome. And like the most true phrase. I had a call with my boss the other day and he said, well, where do you see yourself in 1 to 2 years? And I said,
oh no. You didn't tell your boss that, did you?
I did.
Won't mess anything up. Look at this. Look at this. This is gorgeous. This is like a crochet. I believe that you would call that a crochet. So this is cute. She says, I know what you're saying, that I probably shouldn't have done this. But she goes, you know what? I'll do it anyway. I like doing needlepoint and knitting. It's therapeutic for me. And I love doing stuff like this for others. Look how manly and tough it looks with the framing around it. And of course, it's beautiful needlework. And then needlepoint, they call that, I believe, with the star, with the longhorn. But even the framing of it itself is just a really rustic and manly looking. And I love it. So thank you very, very, very much. It's a beautiful gift. And thank you for the kind letter. All right, so today we're expecting an order of square bales of hay. I've already been warned by a few of you guys about the dangers of mildew growing up along the bottom of these rolls of hay if we don't have the right ventilation inside the garage here. What I've been doing is leaving the big door open in the front. I have to close the one in the back because the cows can come through here. The one in the front I've been leaving at least cracked open to get some ventilation, and I have not noticed anything as far as moisture buildup in the barn here since then, which is good. But with these square bales, I do want to go ahead and put something down along the bottom. Now, the guy claims these square bales are 100 pounds each, which is about 20-30 pounds heavier than what a square bale normally is. So I had to make quite the system here to be able to keep these things off the ground. And I do believe that I'll feed the square bales out first, save my round bales for the winter time if I can. Square bales, I can feed them in flakes the way a lot of folks do. So that's what's going on this morning. I see my neighbors are coming up, Dave and Pat, to visit. Let me throw a shirt on real fast because I'm walking around naked. No, I'm not naked, but it was funny when I did the fireman calendar. A couple of people said a man my age should never go around shirtless. And so they made me feel quite nude because when I work, I do take my shirt off. I think all of us country boys do that. Maybe city guys do that too. But I also take my shirt off when I go to the pool. I'm not one of those guys who's gonna jump in a pool with a shirt on just because I'm over 50. It's called a dad bod, people, and you need to learn to get comfortable with it. But no, I'm not naked. I joke sometimes. Animals, I swear, she's a whisperer.
She is, that's for sure.
She got every one of them out of her hand.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
Look at who's mad over here, though.
Oh, he's huffing and puffing.
Over
We're
there.
supposed to be longhorns.
Yeah. He's like, this isn't very tough. Jack is over there in the shade.
So this is the bales of hay. We got a neat setup. We got the guy to pull all the way straight up through, and he can unload them right here, and then we will have them back up from this spot. All right, we got quite a few right there. That'll last us here for a bit. We're gonna take these and go to the low boy on my truck, and we'll take these over to I'm a Survivor. Those guys weren't lying. Those are 100 bales each, 100 pounds each. Those are some heavy rolls of hay.
How about water?
This is almost like playing that video game Tetris. You gotta try to fit your hay onto your trailer, and not every bale of hay is the same size. So you're trying to puzzle them all together so that they'll ride the right way. I'm coming, buddy. Well, there goes our load of alfalfa. I put most of it there in our garage, and I'll send all of this over to I'm a Survivor. We'll see how well this goes. Let me go out now and set a roll out, a bale out. I'll tell you, we had one bust open while we were tossing it around. And I said, just go ahead and leave it off the stack and I'll feed it now. I'm curious how the cows are going to eat it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give you a word of warning. Sometimes when you go to a very rich hay or a rich feed in general, and alfalfa is pretty rich, it's like 20% richer than what we normally feed. It could actually loosen your cows up a little bit, if you know what I mean. So we're gonna have to be very careful and have to let them gradually adjust to it. But here's the one that come up when we were unloading. And that there is what we got stacked in here so far. So country folks should already know this. City folks may not. So your hay always comes into a bale, like this over here. Those are called rolls. So that's a roll of hay. This is a bale of hay. These over here are flakes. There's a flake. Look at here. It's already proportioned to flakes. There's a flake. Can you see the next one? Well, and there's kind of compressed together, but there's two flakes right there. There's a flake. And so ultimately, you should give a flake to each of your animals a day. And that should provide the roughage that they need. Santana will be my first guinea pig. This is her having a smell of the alfalfa hay. And it seems like she's going right to work on her flake. And that's good. Now, it won't take long before everyone else sees that she's over here eating something. They're all going to come a-running. So I'll go ahead and put the other flakes out now. Of course, this will be a lot easier. They love this green hay. So I'm not shocked about them eating it. What we want, though, is for our cows to learn to love it. Because it may be the only thing we're going to be able to find to get them through and, and stay healthy. So, babies, I already put y'all some out. You got to go find it. I've already put you guys some out. You have to go find it, love. Do y'all know before we had tractors, we used to always do square bales? I, personally, like round rolls of hay because they're easy. Square bales are heavy. It's a lot of work. And with the square bale, you got to put them out daily. A roll of hay, you can put it out once and leave it until it's gone. Square bales don't work that way. Also, they create a mess inside your barn. With a roll of hay, you just come by and pick up that entire roll and move it. With a square bale, everywhere you bust it open, it's going to create all of that on the ground once you have to sweep up. Gracie's turn. Santana, you already had yours. Santana, you've already had yours. Look at her. She just doesn't want Gracie to have any. Her and Santoro, man, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. They are going to be a force. One good thing about square bales of hay compared to round rolls of hay is that this is the only string you have to deal with. Little hay strings like this is all the string you got to deal with. You don't got to deal with those big old rolls of twine that you find all over the place out in your pastures when it's done. A funny memory is my dad and my granddad would always take these and they would never throw away anything. They would never throw away anything. They would take hay strings like this and they would wind them up and they'd stick them somewhere. They'd just take them and they'd stick them somewhere because they always thought there might come a time when they'd need them, when they're gonna need that string. And so you go anywhere around my dad's barn and my old Pawpaw's barn, man, you find hay string stuck all over the place like that. They wouldn't throw it away. They would not throw it away. They'd put it somewhere to use it for later. Because you never know, folks. You never know when you're gonna need all that string. All right, so everybody has eaten a belly full of delicious green hay. Now the babies are gonna nibble a little bit on mama's teat. And as you can see, Tex is off in the distance, gonna nap his off.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.